Привет and welcome to Inside Grand Prix. Today we travel to the world's largest country and meet local hero Daniel Kvyat. Plus hot on the track and an even hotter topic of debate, Pirelli's F1 tires.
Vollattacke, ja, alles was geht, über die Grenzen hinaus.
But first, it's off to Russia. Russia is many things, but not a country for half measures. Russian poet Tolstoy neatly summed his people up. If to love, then as in sonnets. If to threaten, then in earnest. If to punish, then for reason. If to feast, then feast for all. So what is typically Russian?
I think it's typical Russian, then a wide and large Russian soul. Vodka, I don't know. Okay.
Vodka, of course. Not just good for getting warm. Production of the versatile firewater also brings in 10% of Russia's national income. And in other ways too, money flows into the Russian capital. Moscow is home to 74 billionaires, more than in any other city on earth. In July, a Russian oligarch wanted to buy Formula One for his grandson as a plaything. In the land of the Tsars, F1 is booming.
It's already now is growing quite a lot in Russia, and with the first Grand Prix I think it's going to be even more. I think last few years it has been already very good in terms of popularity growing in Russia, and it should be more and more, so we can reach the level of Europe.
As far as climate goes, Russia has overtaken Europe already because the world's largest country does more than ice and snow. In addition to polar, subpolar and mild climate zones, in Sochi it even gets subtropical. Russia's hitting the gas, not only with Formula One, 2014, the Winter Olympics, 2015, the Grand Prix, and 2018, the Football World Cup. Not a bad time to learn some Russian. So, how about a quick primer?
How do I say, hey, like if I see a nice girl, like, hey, good looking, you want to go for a date?
Привет. Здравствуйте, девушка.
Привет, здравствуйте.
Не. Идем погуляем.
Huh?
Идем погуляем.
Идем погуляем. He sounds like something bad.
Let's go for a walk.
Идем погуляем. And after dinner, when you know you're starting to make the move, what do you say?
Yeah, you say, ну как, понравилось?
Ну как, понравилось? My accent's good, huh?
It's good, yeah.
Ну как, понравилось?
Speech barrier overcome. Formula One for the second time on a visit to the idyllic little city on the Russian Riviera. Totally void of any ice or snow. Now we get personal with Daniel Kvyat. Promises take 3 years to be fulfilled, says a Russian proverb. In Daniel Kvyat's case, it's quicker, after just 1 year from the talent factory to the top team. At the tender age of 21, the Russian is a main driver alongside Daniel Ricciardo at Red Bull Racing. After all, you can't beat starting young.
My name is Daniel Kvyat. I'm 15 years old and I'm in Red Bull Junior team. Since if I will work hard, I think result will come.
I haven't changed much since then, actually. It's been a long way coming. This determination, I think, has stayed. It was a very challenging, interesting journey up until here. I watched a few races of Formula One when I was still a child in Russia, and the Formula 1 cars were impressing me so much. So when I was 12 years old, me and my family, we took a decision to move to Italy to pursue the career dream. My parents, they've been very supportive. My mom was supporting me there. My father, he was not a racing driver, but still, he could give me advice on how to behave in certain situations. He was so supportive when I really needed him. Sometimes you question yourself, and we had moments when we thought that it might be soon over, but sometimes you have to be able to learn how to swim once you're in a deep ocean. I had to work a lot on myself, had to work a lot with the people around me. I was obviously also very lucky to have people around me which always believed in me. I always been setting for myself a very high aims. First of all, you have to be very fast. That's rule number one, I think, but especially in Formula 1, it's not enough sometimes, and you have to always keep improving yourself. There is always room for improvement, and this is my philosophy. I think once you're in Formula 1, personally, I think there cannot be any other goal than winning. Special to be where I am right now, obviously, but I'm that kind of guy who never wants to stop. It is what I love.
Daniel Kvyat, his love of motor racing drives him on, all the way to the podium. In Hungary, taking second place, Daniel achieved his best Formula 1 result to date. With home advantage, there's no ruling out a repeat. And now, plenty gets left on the track. Torn off like a piece of scotch tape, Pirelli Black sticks to the curbs of this racetrack. The black and gold, and its happy ending. The not so happy one when it's hanging in tatters to a wheel rim doing 300 kilometers per hour. Who can forget Tiregate at Spa with main protagonists Vettel and Rosberg? Exclusively for Inside Grand Prix, Pirelli give their view.
It was quite clear we're having a lot of problems with debris on the track. Normally in a race weekend we get 2, maybe 3 cuts on the surface of the tyre. In Spa we had actually 64. So the season to date was 84, 64 of which are actually in Spa. So that meant that there was something on the track that was cutting into the tyre. We're having to investigate future technologies to see how we resist those small level of cuts on the surface of the tyre.
However, the driver's understanding for Pirelli has its limits. The Pirelli uncertainties mean a massive intervention into their own driving style. As a racing driver, I prefer all-out attack, everything possible to the limit and beyond, but naturally as fast as possible around the track. Occasionally you have to hold back a bit, but I certainly like to be aggressive. That's my favorite driving style, but with the Pirellis that's now not really possible.
The
criticism of the Pirelli tyres is essentially unjustified. Of course, you can get worked up when something breaks, but the drivers who, let's say, suffer damage to their suspension or lose a tail section or front wing, they don't say anything. They say the team will know what needs doing, I'm sure. It's always easy to have a real go at the tyre manufacturers, but in my opinion, it's better to be constructive. The Pirelli F1 headquarters team in Milan, led by Paul Hembury, is in any case anything but alarmed. Pirelli generally specifies pit stop recommendations for every Grand Prix. Anyone going over this limit is taking risks.
Pirelli were asked to make a tyre that encouraged more strategy in pit stops and overtaking, and they've done just that. So, they've followed the brief. They've done a good job, I think. They're a great company to work with.
Pirelli's problem is a lack of testing opportunities. Simulations alone are not sufficient in order to be able to specify maximum running times for the tyres and to advance durability and development.
Well, certainly from our point of view, we need a testing program. People don't understand maybe we can't actually put our tyres on any Formula 1 car, not even Niki Lauda's car from the 70s and 80s. We can't use any Formula 1 car for testing. We're banned from that. We need to change that. We obviously see things we'd like to change during a Formula 1 season. Technology changes, the cars change, and again we'd like to do something different ourselves. So we need to have a proper testing facility. We can't continue in Formula One unless there is a solution.
And a solution there must be, as Formula One is dependent on tyres. Torn off and stuck to the track like the Pirelli rubber, or in the tyre graveyard, helping with safety. Either way, tyres, as always, get a raw deal. Off onto the net. This time, no pain, no gain. After drawing blanks in Japan, things are not easy for the two Daniels. And before it's off to Russia, they still need to clear a couple of tough obstacles out of the way. Honey Badger versus Man Mountain. Seconds out. All-out attack from Ricardo. Avoidance tactics from Kvyat. With less sweat, but a few tears, Alonso's farewell from his fans. The Honda home race was, after all, his third best result. The hype surrounding Nico Hülkenberg seems to have done the Japanese Grand Prix no harm. We searched around for everyone who wanted to see him live and found some.
Hi guys, want to see the action live? Be our guest in Abu Dhabi. For a chance to win all-inclusive VIP package, check out hype.com.
That chance exists until the 31st of October. We'll keep our fingers crossed. That's all from the social net. We'll keep you posted. We'll be right back with Formula One technologies in everyday life. Plus a lap of Sochi with the two-time world champion. Don't go away.